Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I just wanted to say actually, this week and probably for the next few weeks, I'm a little bit under the weather and kind of out of action for the moment. So I wanted to still bring you something obviously, but I'm limited to what I can do. So with that said, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the moon card, right? So although you are the moon child, the moon card is actually corresponded to Pisces, not Cancer. And I will say as well, this week, so you're already naturally very nostalgic. You're already very naturally, quite backward looking. This could be that to the extreme. This could be a week where, or I'm going to say this is a week where self-care to the extreme really does need to be your mantra. I hope you like my setup, by the way. And also I would say this is a week where you do really need to nurture and nourish yourself. And the reason I say that is because you are going to be all in them feels this week, right? The feels are going to be big, they're going to be deep, they're going to be wide, as they always are for Cancerians. You know, Cancerian people, sun, moon or ascendant, they feel at a very deep level. It's what gives you your psychic awareness or intuitive ability. But that sensitivity can sometimes be really overwhelming. And with that card here as the key to the week, there are likely to be some things that come up from the past this week that are needing to be looked at. This could be old emotions, old thought patterns, people from the past. Like in some way, shape or form, the past is going to be very prevalent and very present this week. And so I will say if there, and you know, with Cancerian energy, we have a tendency to hold on to that painful stuff, to keep ourselves safe, as it were. This is a week where you are going to have to be really clear on the fact that this is no longer happening. It's just like it's like an echo, all right? Or it looks the same or it feels the same, but it's not actually the same, all right? If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. I loves you. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you have the Seven of Swords. This is not the week, my dear Cancerians. This is not the week to say that you are fine. This is not the week to lie about how you feel. This is not a week to try to gloss over it, because it looks like some of you are going to try. And I laugh about this because I've got a friend who always says to me, like, when you say you're fine, I know shit's about to get serious. So yeah, I would say this week, don't lie about it, all right? Don't try to cover it up. Don't try to be more than than you are, or try to go beyond what is possible for you at this moment in time. Feel how you feel and be honest about it. And the other thing is as well, because this is about what you do, your actions and options through the guise of the moon. This could be a self-deception where you are literally choosing to do something, that echoes your past. And I gotta say, you'll be doing yourself a real disservice if you go down this route. So try to remain conscious, try to speak about where you're at, obviously with a trusted confidant. And don't fool yourself into thinking, feeling or believing that something is a certain way, because it really is just an echo or a flash from the past. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Emperor. This is not an easy mix. I really get the feeling, if I'm honest, of mistaken identity here. This is a week where because you've got that Seven of Swords, and then you've got the moon card here, which can literally represent a theft at night. I'm going to say watch out for your home, your property, protect your space. If you're going out, make sure you lock up. This is a week to really be hot on those kinds of things, especially personal safety and security. But this, with the moon, with the Seven of Swords, there's something about this, because the Emperor's in your communication sector. This feels to me like a case of mistaken identity. If you get accused of something, or somebody asks you something this week, take a moment to consider it's actually nothing to do with you. It's not personal. It's literally a case of mistaken identity. All right. And that's really what this feels like. So don't be alarmed, as it were. For those of you that are studying, or in some sort of academic field right now, that Emperor card is literally your, whoever your head professor is, whoever your head teacher is, whoever it is that you're studying under. This may be a misunderstanding that happens with them, and a part of this you're going to have to look at or own how much of this is you and how much of this is them. But you could be on the receiving end of some really harsh either criticism or words. Like, it's just a really, really interesting energy for those of you that are employed by somebody else. A lot of this for me really feels like you're again, I kind of feel like maybe this would be a really good week. So if you're at work and you're in the office, this is not a week to let somebody else use your computer that's got your password logged in. This is not a week for you to, do you know what I mean? Like, you got to be really, really hot on this. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., if you are going to take the position of an authority, make sure you have the goods, the smarts, or the knowledge to back it up. Especially if you're going to go in for rubbishing somebody else. I'm sorry to say, I love all of my Cancerian people, but I'm going to say, like, if you're planning to bash somebody, you need to make sure that you're not throwing stones from a glass house this week. All right. And one thing I think you guys can all agree about me, even if the message is harsh or challenging, I will always find a way to give you it. I want to give you the tea always. And even if that means sometimes having to tell you where you're getting in your own way, this is not a week to go to war against somebody. All right. Just watch out for that. When it comes to your, those of you that are retired and no longer working, this could be a case where maybe something that you have said in the past to another family member, to somebody in your community, is completely misconstrued, or maybe some viewpoint that you have is challenged as being outdated, and you might need to take that one on the chin. So, it looks like an interesting week for the Cancerians. For your love and relations, you've got the Devil card. This is not an easy week. For those of you that are single, in fact, for all of you, single or partnered, I would not be surprised if this week you hear from a person who has been somewhat of an addiction to you. We've all got that one person that, nobody can make you act a certain way, but, like, there are certain people in our lives that have come through it that, when we're around them, we don't behave as the best, the best version of ourselves. I would say watch out for this, because it's like you could go from serene and calm, this is my life now, to a screaming harpy in 5 minutes. You just watch out for this, because it's going to be interesting, and it could be potentially quite intense. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is something about the partnership that is unable to see eye to eye this week. And you have to find, you're having to find a reason for that. Like, what is the reason behind it? Why can we not agree on this? For those of you that are single, like I said, if this tumbleweed and I call them tumbleweed people, they come in, they trash everything, and then they roll back out. watch out for that, all right? Don't get sucked in by it. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Princess of Pentacles. So this is the Page of Pentacles. So actually, whatever you are working on or with or around right now when it comes to your finances, this is something that you're going to be taking with you right through to the end of the year, because that literally, as a time sequence, that is Capricorn season. So when it comes to your money, your finances and resources, whatever you're setting into motion at this time will be around for the rest of the year, basically. And it's the same when it comes to your partnerships, especially if you're having partnership conversations around money, finances and resources. For those of you that are, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, you got to watch out for your neck, your throat and your, I mean, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but your throat, your neck and possibly your, I want to say thyroid, but I would probably say I'll just watch out for that. When it comes to your home and environment, the Princess of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles is actually really nice for home. I think this is a lot of you starting to realize maybe that the place that you're in right now is going to be home for a little while longer, or maybe your plans around your living situation are starting to change. So maybe you're starting to think about, okay, you know what, I need to consider, is this the right space or place? Now, that being said, this whole reading gives me a feeling of there's a blind spot here somewhere that you're not able to see. And to be honest with you, I don't want to go into what it might be, because I don't want to tell people what their stuff is. Only you will know that, but it's coming from within, because it's this Seven of Swords. If you're going to get poisoned or something's going to become toxic in your life or your world this week, it's coming from within, and that's where you need to start. It's where you need to do the looking and the deep work. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have as conscious a week as you possibly can. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.